Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Risk here, and yeah, today I'm going to be making a video talking about, something that kind of angers me a little bit. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me because I'm a PC player, but, when I hear people talking about this, it makes me a little bit angry. So, yeah, pretty much what I'm going to be talking about is people who say that when you use a keyboard and mouse on console, you're cheating. And if you don't know how you do that, you can get something called the ZIM4. I mean, there's a couple other things, but the ZIM4 is like one of the most known ones. And it pretty much lets you plug in a keyboard and mouse to, your PS4, and you can map all the keys to be able to work just like a controller. And, it's made for people who are a lot more comfortable with a keyboard and mouse if they want to play like console exclusive games or games that are just better on console and, stuff like that. If they want to do that, they should be able to. And there's always people that call them cheaters and say, oh, you're cheating if you do this. And yeah. The reason why people use them isn't to, get an advantage. It's just because they don't know how to use controllers, or they're not good with controllers, and they're just more comfortable with the keyboard and mouse. And, something that makes me a little bit angry is, and people always, yell at people who use a keyboard and mouse on console, but then those same people that yell at them for that could just turn around and use a controller on PC. And, if you say that we can't use a keyboard and mouse on console, don't try to use a controller on PC and say it's fine, because that makes absolutely no sense, And then people also say, oh, it's because it's easier with a keyboard and mouse, and you're more accurate with a keyboard and mouse. But, with the average PC player, if they sat there and went up against someone with a controller, if the person who's using a controller is good enough, they could still kill them. Just because they use a keyboard and mouse doesn't mean they automatically have God mode and, aimbot, I know a lot of PC players are hackers, but just because we use a keyboard and mouse doesn't mean we all have aimbot, okay? But, yeah, that makes me a little bit angry because, people say that you can't use it on console, and then they turn around and use controllers on PC. And also, people always say, oh, because you have to buy something and it makes you better or it gives you an advantage, it's cheating. But then there's also people on console that go and buy, the Xbox Elite controller, which is an official Microsoft thing, okay? It's an official controller from Microsoft. Or they buy SCUF controllers and stuff like that. And it's you literally do the same thing as we do, I guess, if you even say it gives you an advantage. They go and buy SCUF controllers, which have paddles on the back. It allows them to, for example, reload without having to move their thumb to hit the button. And, I very rarely ever hear anybody say that that's cheating, but us using a keyboard and mouse apparently is, when you're buying an advantage, technically. And, I'd be fine with, people getting angry at that if it wasn't only focused on a keyboard and mouse. If people were against, SCUF controllers, modded controllers, keyboard and mice, all that, then I'd be fine with it. But just the fact that people are perfectly fine with using SCUF controllers, but we can't use a keyboard and mouse, that's what kind of makes me a little bit angry. And that's what kind of confuses me. It's technically doing the same thing, giving you an advantage. And also, back to what I said before, there are some games that, they're either literally unplayable on PC, they're completely dead, or they just aren't on PC at all, Because, there's some games like Modern Warfare Remastered, and, if you have that game on PC, you know what I mean, it's completely dead, and it's one of the worst optimized games, on Steam at this point. You could probably have a 1080 Ti and the game will barely run at 30 FPS low settings. But console can play it perfectly fine. Unless you want to go up and, borrow one of NASA's computers to be able to play MWR, you're gonna have to go on console. And for someone who likes playing PC and they want to use a keyboard and mouse, that should be fine, if they just want to use a keyboard and mouse on a game that you cannot play on PC. Or then you also have the first Destiny game. It's not available on PC, so if you want to play it and you're a PC player, you have to either deal with it and have absolutely no fun with the game because you're just sitting there trying to figure out how to use a controller, or you, go and use the Zim 4 and use what you're more comfortable with. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here because I don't want it to be too long, and, I'm kind of ranting a little bit. I mean, that's what the video is kind of about, but yeah, and I'm kind of going over the same stuff again, so if you enjoyed the video at all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you disagree with it, don't go and, leave hate on this video because you disagree with it. Just, it's just my opinion. So, yeah. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.